कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिनी नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वंदेगम श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सकगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सकगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पदे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम हरे कृष्ण. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we have finished 22 slokas in the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So being Saturday here in US and Sunday morning in India, so we are in the 5th chapter now. We finished 22 slokas. So the 5th chapter is Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. In this chapter, Krishna is actually teaching us, for Arjuna's question, Krishna is answering, but Krishna is teaching us a really lot of, giving us lot of knowledge, lot of instructions Krishna is teaching here. Especially how to find happiness within ourselves. So how to find this Atma Sukham. So how we can enjoy unlimited happiness within ourselves. Sukham Akshayam Asnudem. How we can enjoy that. So all these things Krishna is telling us very clearly that everything we need, the very basic thing is the knowledge. That is the main. So without knowledge, it is not possible. This knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Because with this knowledge only our ignorance will be dispelled. Jnanena tu tadajnanam yesham nasitam atma. So we need this knowledge to destroy our ignorance. That's what is very important. So as long as we don't have this knowledge, so we will keep suffering in this material world only. We won't be able to be happy at all. So if you want to be happy, we need this knowledge. That's what is very important. Even though happiness comes if our mind is peaceful. If our mind is peaceful, then we will be happy. But Krishna is saying very clearly in Bhagavad Gita, Jnanam labdva param shanti. So that line is very important. Jnanam labdva param shanti. So when we get this knowledge, when we gain this knowledge, Jnanam labdva param shantim achirena adhikachati. Very quickly, without any delay, we will get the supreme peace of mind. So it's very direct relationship. That's it. If you get this knowledge, we are going to get peace of mind. That's it. If you understand this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, Jnanam labdva. Labdva means you get it. You get this knowledge. You obtain this knowledge. So then we are going to get peace of mind. So that way, very simple example, very straightforward, very clear example we understand in Bhagavad Gita itself. Like Arjuna. Arjuna was completely restless. Now in the first chapter, we understand Arjuna's situation. Arjuna is saying that Brahmatyeva chame managa. So I'm forgetting myself. My mind is really nachasaknomi avastatum brahmatyeva chame managa nimittani cha pasyami viparitani kesava. So nachasaknomi avastatum. I can't stand here any longer. Nachasaknomi avastatum brahmatyeva chame managa. So I'm forgetting myself and my mind is reeling. So brahmatyeva chame managa nimittani cha pasyami viparitani kesava. I'm only seeing the causes of misfortune. So I'm not seeing anything good going to come out from this war. So that's what Arjuna told Krishna. He's totally restless. He was completely restless. So that way, what brought rest to him? What brought peace of mind to him? What brought happiness to him? This knowledge. So Krishna gave this knowledge. This Bhagavad Gita, Krishna taught Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna in the battlefield, which made Arjuna very peaceful and of course blissful. Peace of mind brings happiness. So happiness, if you want to be happy, we need to be having peace of mind. And this peace of mind comes only from this Bhagavad Gita. So this Bhagavad Gita brings peace of mind. So that way we understand very, very clearly in this Bhagavad Gita, without any doubt, that simply this knowledge brings peace of mind. Simply this knowledge brings happiness. That's it. This Bhagavad Gita brings peace of mind. This Bhagavad Gita brings happiness. And we are getting this knowledge. We are studying. By Krishna's mercy, we are understanding. So definitely we are going to be happy. Definitely we will achieve peace of mind. There is no doubt about it. So we will achieve peace of mind means we will be able to control our mind. So that's what peace of mind. If mind is controlled, then we have peaceful mind. So that means our mind is going to be our friend. So we are going to make our mind as our best friend. So that's what is going to happen with us with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. With this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, our mind is going to become our friend. So by Krishna's mercy, it is happening. By Krishna's causeless mercy, our mind is becoming our best friend. So this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is giving us so much of peace of mind, so that our mind is going to be our best friend and we are going to enjoy unlimited happiness. So Sukham Akshayam Asnute, with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So that way, Krishna's mercy, we are in the 5th chapter studying, and Krishna is teaching us very clearly, with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, one should act only for the benefit of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Everything should be done as an offering unto Krishna. So, like a lotus leaf which is not touched by water, similarly, we should not be touched by the sins. We will not be affected by sins when we are able to do everything only for the sake of Krishna. Only for pleasing Krishna. If our goal is only to please Krishna, so then we are not going to be affected at all. We are going to be peaceful. So that way, Krishna is teaching us that we need to use our body, mind, senses, intelligence, everything to act without any attachment to the results. Only to purify ourselves, purify our soul. Kayena manasha buddhya kevalai indriyai rapi yoginaga karma kurvanti sangam tektva atma suddhaye. So if we do like that, again we are going to get peace of mind. So yuktaga karma palam tektva shanti mapnoti naistikam. That's what shanti. So that's what in the beginning I was explaining so much about the peace of mind. So how we are going to get peace of mind? Yuktaga karma palam tektva. So if we are able to give up the attachment to the results, so then we are going to get peace of mind. Yuktaha karma palam tektva shanti mapnoti naistika. Ayuktaha kamakarena palesakto nibadhyade. So due to our attachment to the results, so if we are not performing, if we are not connecting ourselves with Krishna, so then whatever activities we are doing, whatever acts we perform, they are going to bind us. Those pale, the results, they are going to nibadhyade. They are going to bind us to this material world. That's what pale sakto nibadhyade. So if we are able to give up all attachments, if we are able to give up all the activities only mentally, so sarva karmani manasha sanyasyaste. So if you are able to give up everything, if you are able to renounce all the activities mentally, so then we are able to live. We will be able to live in the city of 9 gates very, very happy, because we will get peace of mind. If peace of mind comes, shantim adhikachati. Shantim adhikachati means when we get supreme peace of mind, unlimited peace of mind, so that means we are going to live happily, because peace of mind brings happiness. So that's why Krishna is saying that sarva karmani manasa sanyasyaste sukham vashi. So sukham vashi. So whenever Krishna is teaching about peace, Krishna is also talking about sukham, happiness. So peace of mind is the source of happiness. So that way Krishna is teaching us that we will be able to live a happy life within this body, the city of 9 gates. So city of 9 gates. So that's what it is. Navadwara Pura. Navadwara Pura. Navadware Pure Degi Naiva Kinch. So Naiva Kurva Nakar. So that way we are not responsible for any activity. We are not creating any activity. We are not doing any activity. And everything is done by Swabhava. Even Krishna is not doing anything. Krishna is not responsible for anything. He doesn't accept any responsibility for any of our good or bad acts. So everything is because of our ignorance. So ajnanena avrutam jnanam tena muhyamti jantavan. So our knowledge is covered by ignorance. That's why we are bewildered. So now we need to bring the knowledge. We need to get this knowledge. Once we get this knowledge, then like the rising sun, when the sun rises, it illuminates everything. So everything becomes bright. All the darkness will be gone. So like that, if you get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, this complete Bhagavad Gita knowledge, then everything will be very clear. We will not have any confusion. So everything will be very, very clear. So we know what is right, what is wrong. We know what to do, what not to do. Everything is very, very clear to us. So this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita only is going to help us to achieve that status. So that's why Krishna is saying that Tad Buddhayaga, Tadatmanaga, Tannistaga, Tatparayanaga, Gachanti Apunaravritam Jnana Nirduta Kalmasham. So you worship him, you offer your mind and intelligence unto that supreme personality of Godhead, Tad Buddhayaga, Tadatmanaga, Tannistaga, Tatparayanaga. So with faith you simply surrender unto him. So Tannistaga, Tatparayanaga, then you will reach the place, having gone, you will not come back here. Gachanti Apunaravritam. Jnana Nirduta Kalmasham. When all our misgivings, all our ignorance, everything is dispelled by the knowledge, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Jnana Nirduta Kalmasham. So then we will reach the place, having gone, we will not come back here. So that's what Gachanti Apunaravrita. So that's why Krishna is teaching us that with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we will be able to see everyone equally. So Panditaha Samadarshinaga. So Vidya Vinaya Sampanni Brahmane Gavihastini Suni Chaiva Swapakecha Panditaha Samadarshinaga. So a Pandita can see everything equally. So a Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog eater, everyone we will be able to see with equal vision. So Panditaha Samadarshinaga. So that's all going to happen by Krishna's mercy with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So at that point of time, na pragrishyet priyam prapya not vijayet prapya cha priyam stira buddhigi asammudo brahmaved brahmani stitaha. So when we are not disturbed, when we are not jumping around, when we get what we want, and when we are not disturbed, when we get what we don't want. So na pragrishyet priyam prapya not vijayet prapya cha apriyam. So stira buddhi asammuda. So if one has got a steady intelligence, stira buddhi, and who is not bewildered at all, stira buddhi asammuda, Brahma with Brahmani stitaga. So he is the knower of Brahma and he is situated in Brahman. So that's what Brahma with Brahmani stitaga. That's why Krishna is teaching us that Bhagyasparsesu asaktatma vindadi atmani yatsukam sa Brahma yoga yuktatma sukam akshayam ashruti. One who is not attached to external material sense enjoyment. Bhagyasparsesu asaktatma. Vindati atmani atsugam. One who is able to enjoy, find happiness within the self. Vindati atmani atsugam. Sa Brahma yoga yuktatma sukam akshayam ashnuti. He is situated in the Brahma yoga. So he is situated in the Brahma. He is connected with the Brahman. He is connected with the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So he will be able to enjoy unlimited happiness. Sukam akshayam asnuti. Sukam akshayam asnuti means he will be able to enjoy unlimited happiness. Then Krishna is teaching us, we studied, Egi samsparsaja boga dukkayonaya evate adyanthavantaha kaunteya nateshu ramate budaga. That's what we finished last week. This sloka number 22 in the 5th chapter. Egi samsparsaja boga. Samsparsaja boga means the enjoyment which is born because of our contact of the material senses, when they contact with the material sense objects. So whatever enjoyment we get, so that is what is called samsparsa bhoga. So simply material enjoyment. So egi samsparsa bhoga dukkha yone evade. They are the source of our distress. So the so-called material sense enjoyment is the source of our distress. Dukkha yone evade. Adi antavantaga kaunteya. They have got both beginning and end. Adi and anta. Nateshu ramate putaka. An intelligent person does not delight in them. So nateshu ramate putaka. That's what we studied until now, up to 5th chapter, sloka number 22. So now today we are starting in this sloka number 23 in the 5th chapter. Krishna is continuing that Saknoti Gaivayat Sodum Praksarira Vimokshanat Kama krododbhavam vegam sayuktaga sasuki naraga. That's what Krishna is teaching. Saknotigaiva yatsodum prag sarira vimokshan. One who is able to tolerate until the time of giving up this body. That's what, until the time of death. Prag sarira. Prag sarira means before giving up this body. Vimokshana. Vimokshana, giving up. So before sarira vimokshana, before giving up this body, that means before we die. So saknotigava yatsodam. So that means until the time of death. So that's what the meaning is, until the time of death. So if we are able to tolerate, so that's what saknotigava. Saknotigava means if you are able to sodam, tolerate. If you are able to tolerate the speed, the urge. So there is the vegam, which is coming from kama, krodo, udbhavam. Kama, krodo, udbhavam. So kama is lust. That kama means desires, and krodha means anger. Kama, krodha, udbhavam. So udbhavam means produced. So what is produced? Kama, krodha, udbhavam, vegam. That urge to gratify the sense objects. That urge to enjoy. That's what egi samsparsa jabuga dukkha yoni evati. So that urge to gratify our senses. So if we samsparsa jabuga, if we are engaged in material sense enjoyment, then our distress is going to start. We are not going to enjoy. The previous sloka, Krishna said that sukam akshayam ashnute. So bahya sparsesu asakta atma vindadi atmani at sukam. So brahma yoga yukta atma sukam akshayam ashnute. So if we are not attached to external material sense enjoyment, if we are able to find happiness within ourselves, then we will be able to enjoy unlimited happiness. But if we are attached to material sense enjoyment, so samsparsa jabhoga, then we are not going to enjoy happiness. We are not going to get happiness. So we are going to get distress. So dukkha yoni evate. So that's why Krishna is saying that kama krododbhavam vegam. So that urge to gratify the material sense objects. So that urge, if one is able to tolerate, sakno tigeva yatsodam, until the time of death, prag sarira vimokshana. So sayuktaga sasuki naraga. So he is the yuktaga. He is the properly engaged, and he is the happiest person. Sayuktaga sasuki naraga. He is the happiest person. So the real happiness comes only when we are not going after material sense objects. We think that we are going to be happy by enjoying material sense objects, but we are going to get distress. There is a source of distress. If you are not connecting with Krishna, whatever we enjoy, we are committing sins after sins after sins. Every day, Krishna says that Yajnasistha santo muchyante sarva kilbishai munjate te tu agam papa e pachanti atma karana. So if one doesn't offer to me and then eat, so if anyone offers to me and eats, then he is free from all sins. But if anyone prepares food only for their own sense gratification, they are eating nothing but sins. They are eating verily sins. So that means every day when we eat, when we don't offer to Krishna, we are just eating sins. We are just binding ourselves to more and more in this material world. So that's why kama krododbhavam vegam sayuktaga sasuki naraga. So if you are able to tolerate all those things, if you are able to find happiness within ourselves, so in the next sloka, Krishna is continuing in the sloka number 24. Yonta sukho antaramas tathantar jyotirevayaga sayogi brahma nirvanam brahma bhuto adhigacchati. So one who is able to find enjoyment within the self, anta sukam, happiness from within. So from the within, antararama, enjoying within. So one who is able to find happiness within the self, one who is able to enjoy within the self, tatanta jyotirevayaka. So one who is able to find light, one who is able to find happiness, everything within the self. So he is a Brahma Nirvanam. He has achieved Brahma Nirvanam. That yogi, sa yogi, Brahma Nirvanam. So he achieved Brahma Nirvana means he reaches the Brahman level. So we are able to elevate ourselves to Brahman platform. So at that point of time, Brahma Bhuto Adhigacchati. We will attain the Brahma Bhuta. That is Krishna's place, Krishna's abode. So Brahma Bhuta. So Brahma Bhuto Adhigacchati. So that's what it's going to happen. So if we are able to find happiness within the self. So when we get into that level of Brahma Nirvana, So Brahma Nirvanam. That's why Krishna in the second chapter 72, sloka number 72, the last sloka Krishna says that Esa Brahmi Sthiti Pata Nainam Prapya Vimuhyati Stitva Shyamanta Kalepi Brahma Nirvanam Richati. So Brahma Nirvanam Richati. If you are able to, after achieving that Brahman status, that means not getting affected by anything. That means able to give up all varieties of desires for sense gratification. Nirmamo, nirahankara, no claims for any proprietorship, and no ahankara, no false ego. So that is what is called Brahmi Sthiti. Brahmi Sthiti means one is situated in that Brahman platform. Esa Brahmi Sthiti Pata, Nainam Prapya Vimukhyati. After achieving that, one is not at all bewildered. Stitva Shyam Antakalepi. One is able to be situated in that status until the time of death. Then Brahma Nirvanam Richati. So that's why here Krishna is saying that Sayogi Brahma Nirvanam Brahma Bhuto Adhigachati. So if we achieve that Brahman status in this life itself, then until the time of death, what will we do? A person who has achieved the Brahman platform, so until the time of death, until leaving this body, what he will do? So that's what Krishna is teaching in the next sloka, in the sloka number 25. Labante Brahma Nirvanam. So once you labante Brahma Nirvanam, once you are able to achieve that status, able to elevate ourselves to Brahma Nirvanam, Rishayaga Kshina Kalmasaga. So those rishis, so Kshina Kalmasaga means all Kalmasha, all misgivings, all sins, divide of all sins. Kshina Kalmasaga. Kshina means completely gone. Kshina means it's completely reduced. So Kshina Kalmasaga, Chinnadvaita Yadatmanaga. So Chinnadvaita. So here Dvaita. So Dvaita means duality. So Chinna means destroyed. Ones who destroyed the dualities. That's what Krishna is talking about Dvaita. When Krishna talks about the Dvaita, he is meaning about the dualities in this material world. Happiness, distress, heat and cold, happiness and distress, victory or defeat, profit or loss. So like that, everything has got dualities. So Chinnadvaita Yadatmana. So Krishna is not talking about Advaita, Advaita and all in Bhagavad Gita. We should not be even talking about that. We should not be wasting our time talking about Advaita, Advaita and all such things. So Krishna is talking about Chinnadvaita. Chinnadvaita means one who is able to destroy, one who is able to destroy all these dualities. So that's what Chinnadvaita. Yadatmana means one who is able to engage within the self. One who is able to be situated in the self. Yatatmanaga sarvabhuta hiterataha. So he will engage in the welfare work for other beings. So that's what he will engage in the welfare of all beings. So sarvabhuta hiterataha. That's what will happen. Once we reach our Brahman platform, then what is there for us to do in this world? We don't care about anything. We don't really worry about anything. So we just leave everything to Krishna, and we can actually do a lot of welfare activities. We can bring a lot of goodness to this society. That's what is very important. So that's what we need to do. So that's why every day we need to spread this Bhagavad Gita. We need to give this knowledge to everyone. This is a very, very important service for us. So that's why Krishna is saying that Sarvabhuta Hite Rataga. So they will work for the welfare of all living beings. So then in the next sloka, Krishna is continuing in the sloka number 26. Kama Krodha Vimuktanam Yatinam Yatachetasam Abhito Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Viditatmanam. So Krishna is saying that Kama, Krodha, Vimuktanam. So if you do all these things, if you are able to elevate ourselves up to this status, that getting the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and doing everything for Krishna and able to find happiness within ourselves and able to control the urge, Kama, Krodha, Udbhavam, Vegam, all such things. So that means we are freed from the Kama, Krodha. That's what is very, very important. Kama, Krodha, Vimuktanam. So Yathina means those persons, Yathis means those saintly persons who are Yatatam, who is endeavoring. So who is endeavoring. So Yathinam, so those who are able to control the mind, control the senses, control everything and offer the mind and intelligence unto Krishna. So one who is freed from this Kama Krodha, Vimuktanam, Yathinam, Yatachetasam. So one who is able to control the mind. So one who is able to be in that consciousness, Krishna consciousness. That's what Yatachetasam. Abhito Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Vidhitatmana. So he is assured of Brahma Nirvana. So in the future, he is assured of Brahma Nirvana, and he is actually going to go to Krishna as well, assured of liberation in the Supreme in the very near future. That's what Abhito Brahma Nirvana Vartate Viditatmana, one who is self-realized, one who understands all these things. So that's why those who are free from anger and all material desires, who are self-realized, self-disciplined, and constantly endeavoring for perfection, that's what Yatina, endeavoring for perfection, are assured of liberation in the Supreme in the very near future. So that way, by Krishna's mercy, we are getting this knowledge. By Krishna's causeless mercy, we will be able to get peace of mind. So that means we will be able to get supreme peace of mind. We will be able to get unlimited happiness. And then we will be able to get ourselves free from kama, krodha, that is lust and anger. And then we will be able to go to Krishna, Krishna's way. So that's what is going to happen. By Krishna's mercy, we are making great progress. So we have successfully finished 4 more slokas today. We finished 26 slokas in the 5th chapter, which has got 29 slokas. So we have to finish only 3 more slokas to finish the 5th chapter. And then we will start Dhyana Yoga, the meditation. So Krishna's mercy from next week onwards. Hare Krishna. And stop now and we'll discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu.